Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo lived from 1907 until 1954, spending her entire life in Mexico City. Her life and work were shaped by her personal experiences early in life and the wider historical and cultural context of Mexico at the time. In Mexico, the revolution had recently occurred, sparking a period of cultural revival. Despite this, European fashion and beauty standards remained dominant globally. The art world was predominantly male-dominated, and Mexican artists were mostly muralists. Frida contracted polio as a child and suffered a near-fatal bus accident at 18, which led to lifelong chronic pain, multiple surgeries, and lasting disabilities. Frida Kahlo was fearless in rebelling against societal norms regarding gender, sexuality, and appearances. Even today, she is celebrated as a queer and feminist icon, as she was openly bisexual. She pursued relationships with both men and women, defying expectations around marriage, gender, and sexuality. The way she presented herself, especially through fashion and art, challenged these norms. She embraced her facial hair as a symbol of her sexuality and, as shown in this image, sometimes wore clothing typically associated with men, such as suits. The autonomy she displayed was both a political and cultural statement. She was consistently open about taboo subjects, particularly through her art. Frida was also politically active, joining various groups and participating in protests. She part she celebrated Indigenous rights, queer visibility, and women's rights. However, she was also openly supportive of controversial political causes, such as communism and Joseph Stalin. One image shows her holding a sign demanding peace at a protest, whilst being surrounded by men, highlighting her challenge to sexist and patriarchal structures. Her activism demonstrates her countercultural stance, openly opposing dominant power structures, while illustrating the complexity of cool icons who hold controversial beliefs. Frida's fashion was an extension of her political and cultural statements, diverging from the Eurocentric styles of the time. This photo shows her sitting in a traditional Tehuana dress, reflecting her embrace of indigenous Mexican culture through flowing skirts, floral patterns, vibrant colors, and elaborate headpieces, such as the ribbons in this image. Her choice to smoke in public, as shown in this photo, further defied societal expectations. Through semiotics, her clothing can be interpreted as the Tehuana dress being the signifier, with it signifying Mexican heritage, solidarity with indigenous identity, and defiance of Western ideals. This aligns with the concept of Kahlo as a fashion leader rather than a fashion follower, turning clothing into a medium of political expression. Frida challenged stereotypes in the male-dominated muralist industry. This was done by painting self-portraits that were often unsettling and provocative. She explored her personal struggles in ways that defied social and political norms, particularly as a woman of color and with a disability. She honestly depicted her illnesses, chronic pain, miscarriages, and abortions, conveying the hardships of life that were typically silenced for marginalized groups. In the painting on the left, titled Henry Ford Hospital, painted in 1932, she portrays the physical and emotional suffering of undergoing a medical abortion due to one of her many miscarriages. On the right is a painting titled The Broken Column in 1944, where she expresses the pain and restriction caused by her spinal injury and subsequent surgeries following this. Her transparency exemplifies ironic detachment, a quality linked to the origins of cool, turning suffering into defiance and refusing to be defined by it. Despite passing away 71 years ago, Frida Kahlo's legacy remains influential. She continues to inspire artists and designers. For instance, as shown in this image, the Christian Dior 2024 Cruise collection drew on her vibrant colors, patterns, and embroidery, as well as the flowing nature of the materials, in homage to her and her culture. She is remembered as a feminist and queer icon, serving as a shaft of light for women constrained by narrow social expectations, as well as queer people, people of color, and people with disabilities. Frida Kahlo is a cool icon because she resisted societal norms through art, fashion, and politics, transforming personal struggles into radical acts of self-expression that continue to inspire society and people today.